Now, Mamelodi Sundowns Ladies will face TP Mazembe in their last Group B match of the ongoing 2022 Total Energies CAF Women's Champions League tonight at the Stade Hassan in Marrakech. The defending champions currently top the group after wins against Nigerian side Bayelsa Queens as well as the Egyptian side Wadi Delga, and have secured a semi-final place. We're now joined on the line by coach Jerry Tshabalala, who is all the way in Marrakech this morning to speak to us ahead of tonight's match. Coach Jerry, good morning and welcome to the Weekend Report.
Good morning, Rachel. Good morning to your viewers at home.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to speak to us, Coach Jerry. It's the big one this morning, or rather later this evening. You've won 2 of your games against Bayelsa Queens as well as Wadi Delga. What kind of opposition are you facing this evening in TP Mazembe?
Yeah, look, we're facing a very tricky opposition. We've seen them how they play. They're a very speedy side, especially on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for us. It's going to be a pound for pound because we are also a team that plays with wing backs. So basically today it's going to be who's the best in terms of tactical approach of the game.
And I remember speaking to you a few weeks ago, and you spoke about the fact that you don't know much about TP Mazembe, and as opposed to your Wadi Delga side that was there last year, Bayelsa Queens is a Nigerian side. You are familiar with the type of football that Nigerian teams play. But TP Mazembe, so far, they've won a game as well in this year's tournament. Do you feel like you can get one over them tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I do feel positive about it. We had a chance to watch some of their games, you know. So basically now we've got an idea of what to expect later tonight.
Let's speak about your team's performance so far, Coach, in this season, or rather in this year's competition. 2 wins against Bayelsa Queens as well as Wadi Delga. 7 goals scored in the midst of everything. What did you make, or rather what have you made of how your team has performed so far in this year's tournament?
You take into consideration that the previous tournament we were not a free-scoring Sundowns that everyone knows, you know. But this year, I think we came to the party, we came at the right time. And I guess the experience that we've gained from the previous tournament, that's what gave us the edge over the other teams in terms of us being free and being able to score. But credit must go to our data analyst in terms of where can we create more of a scoring opportunities. You know, it helps a lot to have those kind of things. So basically, credit must also go to the players in terms of how they apply themselves. They show the hang of it. They want it more than last year.
You speak about, having introduced a data analyst in this team. Why was that, Coach? And how has that helped the team in this year's competition?
Look, football it has evolved, and we can't always be set back relying on our own. Data analysis, they will never lie. They will definitely tell you where you're making a lot of mistakes, which individual players are playing negative passes, which players are helping in terms of breaking the lines, In that way, it helps us as the coaches to be able to have great combinations in the field of play. So basically, data analysis, it has come in handy for us.
And we've seen some great matchups as well in this year's competition. I mean, in Group A as well, Simba Queens doing incredibly well. They've qualified for the semi-finals. AS4 is another team, also the home side. What have you made of the standard of competition in this year's tournament?
In this year's tournament, the standard has grown leaps and bounds. You can tell that teams are here to compete. Previously, Simba was, as far as in our group, they battled a little bit, but this year they seem to be very, very clinical. With your Simba as debutant, they're bringing something different into the game. In terms of strength-wise, you could see that in the middle of the park, they bulldoze everyone, trying to win each and every battle in that middle of the park. So we're up against very, very tough opponents. Should we qualify for the semis?
But I'm sure you're happy with the fact that you guys are currently sitting top of the log, looking down as you face TP Mazembe later this evening. How's the confidence? Tell me about it, and what is the game plan for tonight?
Every trick that we find ourselves in. Our group, it's not finalized. Wadi Delga may have lost 2 games, but if they win today with the margin of 3 goals, the group is wide open. They still stand a chance to qualify. But for us, we would want to go through to the semis as a top team in a group. And the mood in the camp, it says that all the girls are ready and are looking forward to it.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for making time to speak to us on match day. All the best for tonight against TP Mazembe.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
All right, so that is the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns Ladies, Jerry Tshabalala, all the way in Marrakech this morning, speaking to us ahead of tonight's matchup with TP Mazembe. Mamelodi Sundowns currently top of the group with 6 points. And he's humble there. Doesn't want to actually say that they've already qualified for the semi-finals, but he's just not saying much. But the good news is that they have qualified for the semi-finals, but want to top the group and head into the semi-finals and defend their title. That's